Hello and welcome to another episode of Oh No, Ross and Carrie, the podcast where we don't just examine the paranormal, the spiritual, and claims of
John,
pseudoscience.
John, John,
Oh,
John, you're not on. Oh no,
what happened?
you're not on. Oh no,
Uh,
we're in the mines. Remember, you've been here for a
Mine.
while now.
That sounds familiar.
We're supposed to be talking about the
Um,
prince that you found when you were
Prince.
mining.
Wait, did you say I'm a prince?
No, the prince that you found. Not a prince like God, why did Emogoth capture you two?
Emogoth.
It
Oh
doesn't
wait.
matter. Just you've got to find
Uh,
Dieter. Tell the people what you're supposed to be looking for.
okay, wait, it's coming back to me. We're in the print mines, labyrinth set of caverns.
Yes.
We have to extract books from the walls, from the stone.
Yes.
Emogoth is our overseer, and it's just Dieter and I that are he's got us two. He's got us two doing all the work.
Yes.
Oh,
I tried telling him to find better suited people.
well, okay. I'll try not to be offended. Uh, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go find Dieter, and I'll talk with him. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, you go do
okay.
that.
Okay. Dieter, there you are.
Hey, how you doing,
How you
John?
doing? I I don't know. I had a little I had a moment there, but I think I'm okay now.
Oh well, I'm I'm glad to hear that. So what's new? What's going on?
Oh, with me,
Yeah, with you.
a lot of mining.
A lot of mining. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I think it was awfully nice of Emogoth to give us the day off for DCC Day. How did you spend yours?
I actually he didn't give me the day off. I think he told you that just so you wouldn't feel bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I was busy chopping rocks.
oh, well, I actually went to a game store and played some games. So
Wow.
yeah, I got to play. I got to play some Mutant Crawl classics. I played Hive of the Overmind, which was fun.
Oh, cool.
I never played that one before.
So you were playing, not running.
That's right. I was going to run, but then because we had two sessions we're going to be going at the same time, my game and Hive of the Overmind, but there were few enough people that we were just like, we'll just play one of them.
Just
And,
fold it
and I
all
and I
together.
and I graciously volunteered to play instead of run. So
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't played or spoiled Hive of the Overmind for myself yet, so it's good to know. It's a good one. Yeah, no, I was just down here toiling away for DCC day.
you find anything good?
I found one of these.
The DCC Day Adventure Pack. All
This is
right.
as close as I got to DCC day. Was tearing this out of the rock.
Sucks to be you.
Yeah. Uh, I think this looks pretty good to me.
I haven't had a chance to look at it. What's in it?
It's got 3 adventures. It's got a DCC adventure. It's got a DCC Dying Earth adventure, and it has an
Exciting.
NCC adventure.
Okay.
And as it turns out, on one of my secret excursions out of the print mine that you probably don't know about, many months
What?
ago, I actually played in the first adventure in this book, run by Mr. Julian Bernick. Temple Siege is a cool idea for an adventure because it's basically an entire adventure that takes place in one room. You're in
Oh,
this
okay.
temple under siege. Go figure. I don't know. It's a
Oh,
crazy title.
so basically, you're in one room and all the monsters come to you. Is that how that?
Outside, I mean, it's not really a spoiler. Outside the temple that you're in is a bunch of dudes that want to kill you. And the only way to placate them is to give them the thing they want that's
I
somewhere in the temple.
can't imagine why they would want to kill me.
And no, it's good. I mean, for being all in a single room, it's got plenty of angles and plenty of corners to it beyond just the four.
Cool. And yeah, and this is I think in the store it's only on PDF now or something, right? Is that right?
There may be stores out there that still have copies.
Right, but in the Goodman Games online store, it's all out except for PDF.
Right. Yeah. Physical retail stores may still have copies out there somewhere, but on the Goodman Games website, it's down to PDFs.
Wow.
And the Dying Earth adventure is pretty cool because it takes place, I think, if I understood it correctly, it's basically all underwater.
Oh, interesting.
So you're like swimming through the corridors instead of walking or stalking through the corridor.
That sounds yeah, that doesn't sound fun as an adventurer. I would rather be here in the mines.
I don't know. It'd be a change of pace from the mines.
That's for sure.
And the MCC adventure involves some time travel, and I have to say there is a ridiculous number of Doctor Who references baked into this adventure.
As there should be, as there should be.
I mean, it's just like you can't hit a page without there being 2 or 3, if you know what you're looking at anyway. So, yeah, no, I think all 3 of these are well worthwhile.
Fantastic. I'll take a look at them later. Or maybe I won't because I want to play in them someday.
Well, there's that too. Yeah,
I know it's always a struggle. Do you read it or do you hope that you get to play in it someday?
Save it for a little later. Let's see what happens for the next month or 2.
So good one.
What have you got? What have you done?
I found a copy of Ninja City.
Oh yeah.
This little zine that basically takes DCC into like a fun realistic ninjas. This is pure over the top comedy ninjas. Like
well, it's like an 80s kung fu or ninja movie.
Right.
Kind of
yes.
thing.
Like
It's definitely got a retro vibe to it. Even the font is like.
Are you familiar with the game Ninja Burger?
Oh, that sounds familiar.
It's a card game where it's like a ninja based food delivery service where ninjas are delivering the food. And I was like, this would be perfect if you wanted to play Ninja Burger, the role playing game.
Yeah, no, I dig it's got kind of a scrappy vibe to it, and there's kind of retro font and the zipatone art and all that.
Yeah, and I like it changes the DCC rules a bit. Like the stats are different; they're more ninja-like stats.
Right.
And and you get instead of luck, you have Z force.
Well, and it's got all these like generative charts too, so it's not like you could build adventures off these charts on short notice and just throw something together. It strikes me as a thing that would be great to have in your back pocket to just like, okay, our regular game fell apart. Let's do this tonight. And
and it's got a short adventure in the back too. So
yeah. But I mean, you could go beyond that easily.
For sure.
Make it your backup game for a while and run some ninja characters through their paces. And that's what's the
Get Haunted Industries.
Get Haunted, yeah, there it is.
Written
I'm
by
looking on the back and it's on the front.
Reverend Joey Royale.
Yeah. Get Haunted Industries. Yeah. $10. $10 in the store now.
Worth it.
And have you found this massive tome?
Yes, yes, the leopard women of
This,
Venus.
I don't know if
Yeah,
you can see that. I mean, it's
it's it's it's
massive.
it's way bigger than I was expecting it to be, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is that, like 170, 180, 90, 200 pages basically.
Yeah, it's
200
almost
pages.
200 pages, just
Um,
shy.
yeah, I think this is my favorite DCC supplement to come out in a long time. This
Oh
book
yeah,
is fantastic. It's based on the works of Fletcher Hanks, and
right.
if you don't know who he is, and you probably don't, because I didn't either, he was a comic writer and artist from the golden age of comics, and his famous characters are what were their names? Um,
There's Phantoma,
Phantoma, yes, the like jungle
kind
protector, and
kind of a
Stardust,
skull-based effect.
Stardust, the science wizard or something like that, who's
Right,
who's
right, right.
who's who's basically Superman, except that he's only out to punish people. He doesn't like actually protect people or fight for justice. And both of those characters are also patrons in the book. So the book is a very pulpy science fiction feel to it. Um, as you would expect from a name, Leopard Women of Venus. Um, so it walks you through the whole setting, the different planets, Venus, Earth, and space, and tells you what you need to know about the different planets. It tells you how to create characters. Yes, that is some of Fletcher's original art there.
There are the titular leopard
Yes.
women from Venus riding their
So that
saurian
that pretty much that right there tells you
creatures.
everything you need to know about the setting.
Yeah,
Um,
in a nutshell. Yeah.
in a nutshell. So yeah, it's got character creation rules. Like it's got a whole, it's got its own birth augur chart and occupation chart. Then it tells you how to modify each of the DCC classes for the game, and then it has the leopard woman class. Um, so
And
and
you
there,
can play your regular DCC classes too, right?
right? Yes, yeah. Yeah, and of course DCC being what it is, you could even just bring your regular DCC characters over. But
Fold in anything really.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, in the book, it's got a 0 level funnel in it called Saucer Full of Secrets, and then also a first level adventure. But even if you're not going to use this setting, it's got a lot of great stuff that you can pull out for your regular DCC campaign. It's got a lot of random tables for like quests and things like that. It has its own bestiary, so you can pull monsters from it. It is a great book. I am totally in love with this book.
Awesome. And you say it's got a 0 level adventure?
Yes, it's got a 0 level adventure and a first level adventure.
Right. Okay. I thought I only heard 0 for some reason. I'm sure you said it, but I just didn't hear it. Oh, cool. Yeah. Couple adventures, whole planet to explore.
Several planets to explore. Yeah, and so yeah, and the art is interesting too. Like the art is kind of stylistically all over the place in the book. Like it's got like this really cartoony kind of art. It has some of Fletcher Hanks' original art. Then it's got kind of more realistic art, like Brad McDevitt has some stuff in here, um,
Right. Right.
and I think Errol Otis actually has some stuff in here too.
The frontispiece, the right as you open the book, I think is Errol Otis.
Oh yeah, that looks like
Yeah.
him for sure. Yeah.
Right there.
Yep. Cool. So yeah, that's my pick of the week for sure.
Yeah. That's
For
your next
for sure.
campaign.
Yep, absolutely. You're gonna play in
Well,
it, right?
absolutely.
Okay, good.
Yeah. At the other end of the scale, I guess you could say we have Wide-Eyed Terror,
Uh
which
huh.
is another little zine. This is from Breaker Press, and it's essentially like similar to like Temple Siege, what we were talking about earlier from the adventure pack. Um, Wide-Eyed Terror is like a single complex encounter. It's kind of a nightmare scenario on a farm, and the idea is you are either traveling to that farm for some purpose or you're passing by, and then you've got choices to make as far as like what do you investigate first. You know, you're hearing noises from the barn, you're hearing screams from the house, and you've got to try to sort that out and do something about it.
Clearly, you split the party.
Well, that's just it. I mean, that's the question, right? Do you split up and try to address both things or not? And that's, I mean, that really kind of grabbed me about this, that kind of option of like, it's one big encounter. How are you gonna thread your way through it? And it is designed to stand alone, but it also ties into the precipice of corruption, which is another adventure.
Which we talked about on the last episode, I think.
Yeah. Right. So you can blend it in with that scenario to make that a larger whole, or you could just run it on its own, and it has like I don't want to get spoilery, but the bad guys you could recycle them, down the line in your own campaign, even if you weren't using Precipice of Corruption. You could have them recur, and for $7, not a bad deal.
Man, there's just so much good stuff. Can't afford to get all of it. If only I worked in a mine where I could just dig it out of the walls.
Wait, are you saying you don't have a secret stash you've been keeping secret from Emogoth?
No.
You probably shouldn't have said that out loud.
Oh.
Who? What?
Maybe not.
Who was that?
That's Gwyn. You've met Gwyn.
I think that was when Emogoth let you guys have a little bit of rum.
Oh. That wasn't just in my head then.
Oh, no. Gwyn, the friendly ghost.
Well, nice to meet you, Gwyn.
Friendly so far. So far friendly.
So let's see what else we got. Oh, yes. Dug up a few copies of the Omnivary of Eden for Mutant Crawl Classics, an official Mutant Crawl Classics adventure by Stephen Newton.
Yeah, Mr. Newton.
And I really liked this adventure. This is basically the premise is you are your tribe is the ones who dig. Your tribe digs. That's all they've done for generations. It's just dig. But finally, they have digged up the Earth Canoe, which will take you to the fabled land of Eden, where everything will be bright sunshine or whatever.
That sounds amazing. I mean, we're doing a lot of digging. I would love to find something to get me out of here.
Right. But yeah, so your characters, take the Earth Canoe to Eden and explore Eden, and that's basically the premise of the adventure here. And one of the things that I really like about this adventure is that it's very old school D&D feeling, in the sense that like there are a lot of opportunities for your characters to change permanently in both good ways and bad ways that aren't covered by the normal MCC rules.
Right.
So yeah, I really enjoy that feel to it, and it's got like it's clearly got a bunch of different inspirations. Like there's a little bit of Metamorphosis Alpha feel to it, a little bit of Paranoia even.
That's not bad.
Plus, yeah, so I really enjoyed this adventure a lot. I kind of wish I hadn't read it so I could play
it. Been there. What is it? First level?
Oh, it's a level 2.
Level 2.
Yep.
All right.
So,
and I assume it's the usual gang of geniuses doing the
usual.
art.
Yeah, the usual. Well, actually, it's got Stefan Pogue and Brad McDevitt, Like those are definitely names people recognize, but it's got a bunch of artists that whose names I don't recognize. I don't know if this is their first Goodman product or if I just haven't been paying attention or what. But it's all still very good, and in the black and white style that you're used to from Goodman products.
Got that line art going.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Did you find one of these?
One of those.
I
Um,
was thinking of I don't know. I was thinking of alternate uses for it. I don't know. There
hmm.
seem to be just around lately. I don't know.
I've heard they're pretty hard to come by.
Oh well, maybe I shouldn't be tearing them up.
No,
Uh,
no. I mean,
this one's intact.
leave it that way. It's going to be worth hundreds
Oh,
of
okay.
dollars.
If I ever find that, what, the canoe thing? What was
Yeah,
the?
if we the Earth canoe,
If
if
we
we
ever
get out,
find the Earth canoe and get out of here, this is my
we're,
ticket. Huh?
that's right. That
All
that's
right.
that's going to do it.
Awesome. That's great.
Um,
Oh,
so what? What?
did you hear that?
Hear what?
I thought I heard big clawed footsteps.
I think that means it's time for us to get out of here.
Oh yeah. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, good plan. Good plan. I would eat you, but you're a ghost. Aha! It is I, Emogoth, and now you can hear me. Ha 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 ha! I am here with somebody. Who are you, worm?
Hey there, Emogoth. My name's Harley Stroh.
Harley Stroh. That name seems familiar to me. What have you done?
Well, as John was sharing, we just published Beneath the Well of Brass for Goodman Games.
I see. And tell us about this well of brass.
It's a zero level adventure, intended to be run in 4 hours or less. And actually, yeah, you would appreciate this, Emogoth. It's so outside. So the setup for the adventure is that there's this cave outside your villagers,
A cave.
in the ridges, right? And but it's been forbidden since time immemorial because the caves just seethe with fire, like your caves, Emogoth. And periodically, there's actually a gout of flame that blasts out from inside the caves, Emogoth. And so that's why the people of your hometown have never visited there.
That sounds
So
like a great place.
well, exactly. And so, I mean, the working title was, Beneath the Well of Emogoth, but that got mixed somehow. And so there's this massive brigand and his men. They march into the village and they're after the secret to immortality, which is hidden inside, beneath
A
the well of brass.
secret to immortality. Oh, oh,
So,
I want. Give it to me.
yeah, and so rather than sacrifice his own men, he takes your village hostage, and you drew the short straw, so they send you into the well of brass,
I see.
returning
I
to
see.
seek of immortality.
So, the question I have to ask is this funnel better than sailors?
It's a lot shorter. One of the big regrets, when we first wrote Sailors, we didn't realize quite how long or short a funnel should be. And one of the challenges of sailors is that as an adventure, it can run way longer than it's more of a 6 hour session or a 7 hour session or a 4 hour session sometimes. And Well of Brass is intentionally very, very compact. Depending on your players, it can, well, I mean, we TPK'd in 3.5 hours, so it's a much shorter adventure.
Ah, wait. Harley Stroh. That I recognize. I know why I know that name. You know my uncle, Stygoth the Damned. He
That's
told
right,
me about you.
Oh, we miss him.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Good guy.
good guy, good guy.
So the well beneath the Well of Brass is connected to DCC number 100. I've heard.
Yes, yeah, it's so in DCC 100, these cultists they've acquired scions, like elemental lords from all of the principal elements. So you have fire and water and and earth. And beneath the Well of Brass, it ties in insofar as you have players have the opportunity to sneak into the throne room of one of these elemental lords, who's now often DCC 100, and so there's an adventuring opportunity made when this Afrique lord is drawn somewhere else to
I see.
DCC 100.
So when is DCC 100 coming out?
Well, I think it's scheduled just before Dragon Night.
Ah, so never.
It'll be here soon. Right now we have maybe you've heard of it. We have the Dying Earth Kickstarter, which is
Yes.
doing really well. And then right after that, we have a few things coming down. There'll be X Crawl, and so we're trying to wedge DCC 100 in there soon.
So how long ago did you start working on this? It's been years.
Well, I can. It was about the same time that you could actually buy a copy of Dragon Knight. No, DCC 100. We probably announced it 4 or 5 years ago.
So you're like the George R.R. Martin of gaming.
Exactly. Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to wait? What behind you? What is that poster behind you?
That's Doug. Well, so the one on this side is Doug Kovacs's cover art to DCC 100.
The cover.
Doug did beautiful art for the cover and some of the most beautiful maps that I've seen, and I'm madly in love with the artwork he did for the maps of DCC 100. If you think back to Sailors, right, and this was before we had all become accustomed to what we expect from a DCC adventure. You think back to Sailors, you open up the map and you're like, wow,
yes,
this chaos storm of ink, and there's characters, there's characters over here and creatures over here, and all the threats are all outlined here, and the map is conveying 17 different pieces of information to me at one time. He did the same sort of work for DCC 100, and it is beautiful. Doug's work is always good. It's always amazing, but this, he had the opportunity to spend the time just to make the DCC 100.
Yes, I look forward to seeing it. When is Torgo coming back? The Eye Gouger? I like that guy.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long, long time. I don't know when Torgo's coming back. I'm sure we'll see him and Stygoth at some point.
Fantastic. Anything else you want to say, Worm?
No, I appreciate the time in your minds here, Emogoth, and
is there any reason I should not destroy you?
Yes, Dragon Knight. I've been offered the opportunity to lead the project, and we're looking for writers. And Dragon, you beat a dragon.
I'm perfect for it.
I think you'd be ideal. I think you'd be
I
ideal.
think, though, I would be a better lead. I am going to destroy you.
Oh, that's good.
Ah!
I think it's safe, guys.
That was quite a rumble.
Sure.
He seemed
Yeah.
extra mad this time.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there, but man, I feel bad for Harley, but better him than us.
Yeah, well, he's got nice looking bones. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody can admire them now.
Yeah, I'm sure they are artifacts in their own right.
True. The shin bone of Harley.
Yeah. What magic powers could it contain?
It gives you skating powers, I think,
Until it breaks. Yeah.
until it breaks. Several fractures in it already. Well,
Well,
that's all I've found lately.
yeah, I didn't find anything else. So yeah, I guess we'll reconvene at some point with new stuff.
Well,
So
there'll be new stuff. My back's already aching.
I hear you. So
Anticipation.
everything is available on the Goodman Games store, on the Goodman Games website, except for
Correct.
DCC 100. That is not available on the website. But yeah, so
Can't have
go blow all your hard-earned cash.
everything.
And
And
think
we'd like to
at least you get paid for your jobs. John and I, we're stuck here in the mines.
Yeah. Yeah. But I do have this ticket you told me about, so I'm hanging on to that
Yeah.
golden ticket.
Good call.
And we'd like to thank Harley for coming by to be destroyed.
I miss him
And
already.
we'd like to thank our producer Elena, without whom you'd be staring at a blank screen or something.
Right.
Yeah, this wouldn't be
Yeah.
happening.
This tech magic.
Maybe that would be better, but given that it did happen, we'd like to thank Elena for making it possible.
Well, all right then.
Yeah. Until next time, we'll be sweating it out down here.